to move this way down, and here we go.
Oh,
here
we have
go.
a team
Our
fight
first
going on
engagement in the match.
already. First engagement, wow. Ward trading off. We have Yasuo staying back, warding off. Being that good old personal ward he is.
30 seconds.
It's a good little bit of poke that was applied there. I think the engagement was necessary. I think they were just trying to fill each other out to see how they were going to play and how to take that fight. Luckily, neither one of the sides took a lot of damage out of that. So we still see him poised in order to go ahead and establish lane early here. And as we see, Gnar's going up on the top lane.
Really good.
Elise from the purple side is going to go ahead and run up there and block him off.
I'm surprised that Elise is not starting blue. Personally, I've mostly seen Elise start blue. But red, if you want to go with red, it also works. Start where you want to start. We have Caitlyn starting with her good old Q. Why not?
That's a good thing.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Caitlyn's passive is really good. It's a really good thing for taking people down like Mordekaiser, the crit strike it offers. So we have a good team going on right now. I'm actually glad we're actually seeing some creative roles coming out. I'm actually shocked that Mordekaiser was not banned, but it should be good. I'm hoping to see some very aggressive plays from this Caitlyn to try and push this Mordekaiser back as much as possible. That would be really nice. The farming's going pretty well there. Lulu's playing very aggressive on behalf of Mordekaiser on the ranged abilities. Ooh, I think we might have Elise nearly just died on his red buff then. With only about 200 health he lived. Lucky. So, who are you going to be looking for, Raz, in making the biggest plays on both teams?
Honestly, as of right now, like I said, I'm a big advocate of anyone who plays Elise, and so if DBananaman really decides he wants to get in here early and stir some trouble up,
oh no, we actually nearly have
to.
the Mordekaiser dying on the bot lane. Ignite going off from Thresh. Wow, that was a really close call on the Morty. Ooh, that was a very aggressive play.
Kaiser's going to turtle a little bit here to try to get some health back, as we
Lulu
can
been
see,
hooked by
but
the
that's going
Thresh,
to
the flail coming out. Caitlyn coming in with a Q. Oh, backing off. Nice, good job. We don't want
Lulu
too much
took a lot of damage there.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out in the early game.
But I was when I was mentioning earlier, I think that it's going to be necessary for DBananaman here playing Lee Sin to get something going early.
We have a spider coming out, a bit of aggressive damage coming on Yasuo in the mid. A hug coming out, no hick. Nothing landing. Nearly said hick then, what am I going on about?
And as we talked about earlier, I think VaziT playing Caitlyn here is going to be a very crucial role in order to get him fed
that very aggressive
that damage.
Yeah, that very aggressive critical damage coming in from the early game.
We'll see how this Thresh and Caitlyn role
they've been playing very
here.
aggressively. Yeah, the Thresh is making the plays, and the Caitlyn has just been sitting back and doing the damage.
And that's good. It's a great thing to always see with teams like this competing, because you can see how players really work together as far when you have a carry role as long as the support role, that the support really does what they're supposed to in order to get that ADC fed.
I agree. Nothing wrong with a bit of... Oh, I got a hook coming in on the Gnar, a bit of damage, a bit of bleed. The new Darius has been pretty well. I'm glad Riot did do a rework on him. He was one of my favorite champions going back about Season 4. He was a really good champion. I'm expecting the Elise to try and take down Scottthebad as much as possible, to try and get bot protected as much as possible, so they don't need to waste money on wards in the early game. That's the problem. Most people don't like to build Sightstone in the early game sometimes, but I recommend it. Depending on how aggressive your enemy is, you should always build a Sightstone. If you're against a very aggressive enemy opponent, you should always build a Sightstone, because they could come from absolutely anywhere if they're a very aggressive team. This Gnar pushing really well on top lane, doing really well. But Darius, as always, is just counter farming that.
He's getting a lot of... The good thing I like about here with the possible play in Gnar is the fact that he's doing a lot of push. Like, he's getting a lot of poke also on the Darius here, played by I'm going to butcher that name, but the Darius here is getting pushed back quite a bit, and not to the fact he's having to turtle quite yet, but if you notice how the Gnar is playing, he's picking his battles, he's poking when necessary, and it looks like we might have a gank here by Frosty with the Elise.
But we have Losty coming up from the river, we have the net coming out, the web, the Q.
Oh,
no,
Darius
the spider's
barely
up.
getting away here.
That's surprising. You coming in from Losty. I hope Losty does not go in on that. Yes, that's good. Darius backing, Mordekaiser backing, Yasuo playing a bit aggressive on the mid lane. Oh no, Darius isn't backing. Darius is just trying to trick the enemy not thinking he's backing. Losty taking the farm. I'm actually kind of shocked that we are not seeing Darius back as Losty is taking the farm. Taxing that lane.
I think that was might have been an error. I think he was trying to get maybe some possible XP here. But the thing with that Gnar though, like I said, Possible is playing that Gnar really well here and getting a lot of good, getting a lot of poke. In fact, if you look over at DBananaman here,
coming out with the first kill on the Mordekaiser. Wow, that Mordekaiser was pretty much just gone. Ignite on Yasuo. Yasuo out as well. A game 1, 2, 3 killing Yasuo with good old Ahri, Q and Ignite. Really good play.
And that tower's going to see a lot of damage here. They've got plenty of minions, and we have Thresh here, as well as Caitlyn having a lot of health. They're doing a lot of poke on this. I see it getting down to a little less than half by the time they're able to salvage and turn around on this.
So good. I'm actually really enjoying commentating with you as always, Raz. This is going to be such a good dual commentary together, and I'm actually looking forward to commentating more games in the future with you.
Absolutely. I think we're going to have a good thing here all the way around. If you enjoy what you're watching, if you enjoy our commentating, please let us know in the sidebar here, everyone on Twitch. Give us questions, comments, anything like that. We want to continue to bring you the best amateur EU and North America Cup action that we possibly can, both League of Legends and as well as Smite.
Oh, Darius actually playing a bit aggressive on the mid lane for some reason. I would love to know why.
I'm surprised that he decided to bring that rotate. I think that was not really necessary at that point in time.
I think he should be concentrating on farming right now. And
100%.
Yeah, getting that Gnar back, getting him back to base. So Gnar is just getting complete free farm at the moment. We have the spider, the web coming out. Ahri, oh, charm, Q, and the ult again. The Elise coming in with the Q damage. We have Gnar playing aggressive. Gnar will be going into mega form. Getting a good amount of health back going into mega form. Good job.
And you look here, Frosty and A-Gamer are farming quite well. They're taking a lot of that farm away. It looked like Frosty wanted to go up top to support the Gnar, but Gnar's backing off here. Looks like a lot of his push is done here. But the thing is Gnar is pushing, almost has an entire level up. Keep in mind at home here that the Darius just turned 7 here, and it looks like that the Gnar has been 7 for quite some time.
Oh, we have
He's
a hook
about
on
to roll
Thresh,
over on
flail.
8.
We have the Thresh ult coming out. Good old Mordekaiser flashing out.
He's got
the
the
way.
hook. He landed the hook.
Oh, we have an ulting. Ooh, the body block coming in from Mordekaiser. Really nice, really nice. I'm actually glad Mordekaiser was one of the picks. I know I've already stated this, but with him being just completely amazing right now in the current season and just the current meta, it's really good. I'm actually expecting a really early Drake from the Mordekaiser. When he hits 6, I could see a Drake coming in just to try and get that really big power coming from the Drake. Oh, we have a hook on Mordekaiser.
Oh, he's got the hook. He's got the hook.
Oh, nothing played. Just a bit of average damage trade-off. But
I think they're just trying to get the poke. I think they're trying to bait them back into the tower in order for them to sit. Because if you notice, Caitlyn and Thresh are getting a lot of good poke on these two. And I just don't see, and Lulu is not doing anything about it. Both Lulu and Mordekaiser are both sitting at that tower and turtling quite hard.
Just pushing him straight into that wall. I'm sorry for interrupting you there, Raz. Huh. Oh, do we have a problem with Thresh? No, we don't. He appeared to be just standing still for a couple of seconds there. Bot tower looks like it's nearly gone.
That's going to be a big deal here, and it's going to be a big win for this team. If they're able to get this early, if they're able to get that tower under, say, 12 minutes, it's going to be a huge problem here for the red side in order to get anything back onto this. It's going to allow, I mean, Caitlyn's just continue to feed here. I mean, Caitlyn just turned over 7 and is looking quite strong, especially as bad as the Kaiser and the Lulu here are getting pushed back. It's bad news, Bears.
And there is bot lane.
And there it is first. With
That's
10.5 minutes.
10.5 minutes is pretty early, I'd have to say. Depending on what sort of team you're playing of, we can see how Blue are really aggressive, but they're doing a great job at pushing. We have Thresh invading. Flash fail. Hawk. Caitlyn coming in with
This is
Q.
bad news.
We have an
This is
ignite
bad
in.
news.
This is bad news. The ultimate stealing the red buff from Elise.
Wow, there it goes.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a play. Thresh, bit of a bad flash and flail, but the Hawk won them that kill. Good job.
I have yet to see anything from this Yasuo yet. I'm looking for him to at least try to make a move here and push this mid a little bit.
Looks like Drake is about to be dead, but Gnar is just staying top. I expected some form of aggressive play from Lulu just to try and stop them or just try to harass them a bit. But she's just going to be stopping that farm from pushing, retreating back to tower. Probably going to be going back to base or waiting for the Mordekaiser return to lane. Darius is actually pretty low. I'm actually expecting the Elise to go do something about that.
I think they might not be calling it off. I think they might be calling a possible gank off, just as well as Gnar is controlling that lane.
Yeah,
Possible
Gnar
is
is
absolutely
just
destroying this lane, yeah. It looks like he's almost a level and a half above that Darius at this point in time, which it's unfortunate for Darius is this far behind and this early in this tower. I see this tower going down, and this is, keep in mind, everybody, that this Gnar here has done this all on his own with little or no interaction from the other players.
Darius being removed as
and
well.
Darius goes down.
Darius is down. Great. Good job from the Gnar, actually. Really enjoying this. Is a really good, intense game. The Q coming into the R, bit of damage on Ahri. She charms him into the tower. Yasuo just taking a bit of damage from the tower there as well. Lee Sin going to probably come into the enemy jungle. Doesn't know Elise is in the bush. Red coming
Looks
down
like we
on
might
the
have a bit
Elise
of a team
charm.
fight here. And that's
damage.
he's going
He's
down.
gone.
That Lee Sin goes down.
They, I can see Lulu probably trying to use that site. Lulu needs to be going for the site stone. As I said, site stones, wards are all you're going to need. When you hit level 9, upgrade that trinket and play very aggressive.
I'm not sure if that Lee Sin just made a tactical error when was trying for some kind of gank or engage the team fight.
Going for the Ahri. I assumed he was
Right.
going for that. We have Mega
And
Gnar
he just
coming
had no
out on
support.
Darius again.
This mid lane looks like it's going to heat up here a little bit. Lulu's coming down from the top in order to provide a little support, but she's going to get headed off here.
Oh,
It looks like she might go down.
Web.
And she does.
Frosty, you were right. Frosty was going to be bringing out some furious plays this game. Hook on Mordekaiser. Charge.
Thresh puts the hooks in. It looks like the Kaiser's going to go down as well.
Kaiser's
Kaiser goes down. Thresh is on
Elise
fire
coming
right
in,
now.
the kick.
And Thresh gets away with minimal health. 69 health. And again, the hooks.
These are some crazy players from this league. From this.
And the Yasuo will go down as well. Absolutely fantastic play from this team.
That Thresh is on point. On point.
He's making me eat my words right now.
Plays,
he is absolutely making me eat my words.
He left me speechless for a second.
He must have heard me.
I was like, yo, I'm going quiet for a second. That was a pretty ballsy plays, I have to say. That was really good.
And with less than 14 minutes, we have 2 towers down, and I believe that Gnar is just playing a control game at the top, and he's done extremely well so far, keeping that Darius on lock and getting a good poke and not allowing any rotation or anything else, because it leaves them in a one-on-one situation, and as long as he's able to continually push that Darius back, it's forcing Darius to find farm other places, which is going to end up hurting his team everywhere else.
The problem is, I could probably say, with the Mordekaiser and the Lulu combo, I was expecting more of a tanky duo on the bot lane that might have been like a Shen and a Mordekaiser probably. Darius is
He's looking for this engage, and Darius is going to go down here. That was a poor engagement by Darius.
What is...
And Yasuo is going to suffer for it as well.
Run.
I think...
Lulu, get away. Yeah, Lulu's got away. Nice.
I think that they're going to chase this. They're going to chase this Yasuo to the top. And the thing is Gnar is up there as well, and he's free.
No, well, Yasuo is playing really ballsy right now. Playing
he's
in the
trying
enemy
to get
jungle. He's probably
trying to get somewhere safe.
He's going to die to the enemy tower, so the enemy team does not get the kill.
Which is good. Which is good policy on him. Nope. This is bad. He can't get away here.
Oh, he gave the kill.
Good play.
Dying also.
That was a good play.
That was good. He didn't give the enemy Ahri a kill. Really good. These cleans are just clean kills, clean caught. Really well done. Please feel free to remember, follow us at nexusmirror.com. It's just a great honor to be here, and I'm hopefully going to be here for a while, supporting this organization and casting with my good partner here. for the future. I could see a good thing between us all. It's going to be great.
I think it's going to be interesting to watch this Caitlyn. She's going to make a good push on her own up here, get some free farm.
Push with Darius just getting absolutely just cornered in. That play was a bit of a mistake, coming out of the jungle with absolutely no team to back him up, coming into 2 people, which can pull out quite a bit of high damage in the late and the mid game.
That Gnar is doing whatever he wants to in that top lane at this point in time. He's got 2 kills on that Darius, and the Darius has no answer for him. And as we can see at the bottom here, the bottom lane, Caitlyn's just going to take this tower completely untouched. Well, it looks like we have a little follow-up here by this Elise, played by Bananaman.
Elise pulling on the Caitlyn using her net to jump through the wall, cleaning up the enemy blue, but probably going to be giving that to Ahri so she can get that good old mana. I'll go wrong with a bit of mana. So we have Bananaman just staying out in the middle of the lane. Charm failing, but he didn't too much. Made him waste a ward to jump away.
And they have a lot of minions. They have no minion support on the bottom. Well, it looks like we're going to have a team fight engage here. You have all 5 players from the red team coming down into the bottom lane to try to engage and clear out this because they're pushed back so far.
We do have 13 seconds on the Drake, though. That's probably what this aggressive play is probably based around. With Gnar in the top lane, he probably will be teleporting as soon as possible if he has it. Yep, Dragon has now spawned. Elise tanking the Dragon for the enemy team. Thresh has got no mana, so we will not be seeing any flails coming in. The hook on Lulu. Nothing
and they
happening.
Get the Dragon completely untouched.
Completely untouched. Just remember, guys,
Lulu
a Dragon
goes
can
down.
change
Lulu goes down. Here comes Gnar.
The amazing Gnar teleport coming in, the ult. That was...
Darius is going to try to get away the best he can. I think the blue team has lost track of him within the jungle here. He's got a little support from this Lee down here as well, and I just think they're going to get both free teleports back. But that's just going to leave the blue team to go ahead and push middle lane and take that tier 2 tower. It's bad news right now for this red team. I don't know. The entire game they've had no answer for this blue team, and the blue team is just running all over them.
We're going to be having 2 minutes till Baron, but I don't even think the game will be lasting that long if the enemy team is not, red team does not push back as much.
They are just giving kills now.
Dominating.
This is just ridiculous.
The damage from this Caitlyn is absolutely immense. She's rocking a just an infinity edge with some berserker greaves, and she's pulling off an amazing amount of damage. The problem with the red team is they have no pure tank right now. That's probably what's going to be losing them most of the team fights. They don't have anybody who's purely based around tank. Mordekaiser a bit late on his Trinity Force. Kind of a disappointment. I would have loved to seen a bit of damage coming from that Mordekaiser, but he's just not tanky enough to get involved in a major team fight.
And Kaiser's the problem with I think they took the gamble with Kaiser, and what they wanted to do here with the Kaiser itself was at least get him ahead a little bit, and it was a little ambitious, them thinking that they were going to be able to push that lane with the Thresh there, and I think they were trying to get Kaiser fed in order to almost kind of do a hybrid build with the Kaiser in order to push that lane, but it just kind of folded on them, and the blue team has just imposed their will the entire time.
I think Dutch Courage have made a really good thing for themselves today.
I think so. I agree.
Really good. I hope these guys do get themselves some Dutch Courage after this game and have a good old drink and all.
If you like what you're seeing, guys, feel free to remember us. We are the Nexus-Mirror, the Nexus Cup series here, comprised of both North America as well as the European Union. So if you're seeing if you're liking what you're seeing here and you think, hey, you know, I could take these guys on, me and my boys to come here and stomp out these guys, please feel free. Sign up, participate, it'll help this thing grow, and we'll continue to bring you the best coverage and dish out those prizes. So
if I have a group of people that want to enjoy a game, I'd gladly try and take these guys on, but they would be some fierce competition.
There's some almost pub stomping. I know Lulu's going to go down again. This is just murderous. Honestly, this blue team is really taking it to the red team. The red team just has no answer. I'm surprised this game has gone on this far. And the Gnar is free at the top again.
20-minute mark. The blue team not even taking damage, just cleaning the enemy team up completely. And red team, they have no tank. The problem was they have no pure tank. with Gnar just being their tank and just owning the top lane. It was really good.
And the
Darius going for damage was the problem.
And if you notice here, Kaiser and Lulu here, and mind you, Lulu is the ADC, and she is level 8. She is the lowest ranked here on this. So it's hard for anyone to kind of get back into this when you see this kind of action going on. It's problematic when your ADC provides no real damage, especially at this point in the game. You're 20 minutes in, and you're 3 levels behind. It's going to be tough to come back from that.
What I could see happening is a Mordekaiser. No, I've just been just silenced.
Wow.
I just couldn't even. I was expecting like a Lulu going to be ulting the Mordekaiser and just going ham with the Mordekaiser, but they just, as I stated before, there is no tank to actually assist them in a team fight. So there is just nothing to be done. No one can make a serious play because there is no one to tank most of the damage. That's honestly, like, if they went with a tanky Mordekaiser or a more based around tank Darius or a tanky Lee Sin, they would have probably had a bigger chance of fighting in a team fight. But those are the cards they played. That's the twist of fate shuffle.
We'll see Darius and Yasuo come back up. The team, I don't know if they're able to salvage this. They're pushed so far back in their own tower. They still have 1 tower remaining on the bottom lane here. I just don't know if it's going to be enough, especially when you're so under level at this point in time. The differential and just about everything across the board is going to be really tough here. If you look at the score sheet here, the Lulu, for instance, is 0-4-1. Darius is 0-4-1, and the poor Kaiser is 0-4. The only person on the board for the red team is the Yasuo, who is 2-7.
This is just, this is a bit of a slaughter fest coming in right now. I have to say, with the 40 seconds on the Drake, I can see blue team taking that Drake and just going straight to the enemy Nexus and just destroying it. With the red team trying to hold up as much minions as they can. They have no map awareness. There is not one single ward out for the team. Lulu just going straight mobility boots, no vision at all. Kind of a disappointment. I think a Lulu was a really bad pick with the Mordekaiser. I think more of a tanky support, as I stated before, would have been a lot better. They would have just. I think tank was the main problem for that. Thresh coming in with another hook. Lulu just killing herself, getting flailed by the Thresh into Caitlyn's Q. That was just superb.
That Ahri. That's all I can say. That Ahri.
This is crazy. Team Dutch Courage Silence just doing absolutely amazing. Pulling off an amazing win. I think this is going to be GG. They're going to take down this tower, and I think it's going to be GG.
And for those of you that may be new to MOBAs, you got to understand that with the blue team this far up in the red team's spawn area, it denies the red team farm. So it's only going to get worse for the red team, and because they're not able to farm any minions at this point in time. And that is GG.
And that is GG. Dutch Courage Silence just dominating and just having so much fun. Please feel free to follow the Twitch stream. We're going to have another match coming up for you shortly. Hope you have a wonderful day and stay tuned.